Hello, how are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment, 7 o'clock, Sunday night, this 22nd day of March. Just going to be in here real quick. Therapy for me, it's been a moment, so we're going to be in the moment for the next few moments. Just an early evening coffee. I'll probably go to bed early tonight, try and get as much sleep as possible for tomorrow, and I will explain that in a little bit. So just a few notes. So I hope you've had a great weekend. I hope you are settling into a nice, comfortable Sunday night. So again, I've just made some notes. So if you see me glancing away from the camera, it's just some notes that I've made. But I do want to start off with the special weather statement that's been in place for at least 24 hours. So from my vantage point here, I can look out to my left and see the snow. The ground is starting to become covered in snow, just a complete 180 to what it was early this morning, a beautiful sunrise. So I just want to read you the weather that is headed our way. I noticed it started snowing about quarter after 5 here in the north end, so I'm interested, when did it start snowing in your area? Is it rain? Is it snow? Because it's going to be a mixture of both. So tonight, the forecast, special weather statement, again, this is from Environment Canada. The snow has already begun. We could see 2 to 4 centimeters. The wind gusting up to about 40 km around midnight. We're looking at the temperature dipping down to -8 with the wind chill. More snow is in the forecast tomorrow, 5 to 10 centimeters. Wind, again, gusting up to about 70 km along parts of the coast late in the morning and in the afternoon. Temperature steady, wind chill -8. So the next few hours and the next few days, as I look at the long-range forecast, I'm not looking at sunshine until next Saturday, the 28th. Mix of sun and cloud, -2. So in between then, everyone here in the peninsula, I don't know how far expanding this system is, but I'm sure that most of the Nova Scotians are going to be feeling this. So we're going to be under some overcast conditions. I don't know if it's seasonable or unseasonable temperatures. We're looking at +5 on Wednesday, Thursday, but showers, flurries, snow. A little bit of everything in the forecast, even though we have rolled into spring officially on the calendar. But Old Man Winter is not quite done with us yet. So I appreciate the live views. Again, it's just after 7 o'clock here, North End, Halifax, and I'm just therapy for me. It's been a while, so I'm just enjoying a coffee. Going to watch some movies here in a bit and get ready for a big day tomorrow. So again, I just like to start my show off just letting you know the weather, because I personally know, and perhaps you do as well, I know humans. I know humans that I have spent time with who are outside in the elements this evening. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. There's no way that you can segue from that topic to this topic. But what I've been doing for the last few days is keeping track of March Madness. It's, of course, the college basketball finale. I printed off a bracket here a few days ago, and I will say so far my predictions, and I know nothing about college basketball, and I'm not filling out the bracket in its entirety from the very beginning. I do go round by round, but I make my predictions before the game starts. Again, knowing nothing about college basketball, I just do it for fun. It just kind of keeps me involved with, I love the atmosphere at the games. I love the buzzer beaters. You can never, buzzer beaters never get old, going back decades. Just the opportunity to win the game as the clock ticks down to 0 is quite fascinating. So, but getting back to me having fun, I'm sitting at over 80%. They've probably played 44, 46 games, 80% or better. So I'll throw some stats up in the comments. Again, just having some fun. There's 4 games remaining. Let me pull this up, what's happening here later tonight. In about 5 minutes, we'll have number 6 Tennessee against number 3 Virginia. Later on tonight, there's 4 more games: Iowa, Florida, Utah State playing Arizona, Texas Tech and Alabama, UCLA, and UConn. So all of those teams looking to, I believe, make their way to the Sweet 16, which will be next weekend. Pardon me. I hope everyone's doing okay. There's definitely a bug going around. There has been some sickness here, some illness here in this household, and my throat's getting a little bit sore, so I'm doing the special Hall's lozenges, Neocitrin. I'm sure I'll have some of that, and just get a good rest. Again, it's that time of year, but like most people, you just really can't afford to miss work due to not being well. Again, this is just therapy for me. If you're just cruising through the internet, my name is Matthew. This is In the Moment, something I've been doing since March of 2017. Before I forget, and maybe this kind of stays with March madness, it's been quite a bit of madness in March at the Province House. The Legislative Assembly will be back this week, and I believe there is, well, I don't believe, I know there is, there is a protest. The All Hands on Deck protest, Province House, coming up on this Friday at noon. They want you to show up with banners, be loud, but they're asking that individuals be creative and make Q-tips in case anyone at the government needs to have their ears cleaned out, to have a listen to the people that no doubt will show up in the hundreds. So that is, again, All Hands on Deck protest, Province House, this Friday at noon. Go and make yourself heard. Again, just some notes here. Again, I'm just referring to off screen here. I'm not going to get too much into this story. You can do your own research, but I remember when I was living out west, and I'm sure there are other cities, other jurisdictions, law enforcement that use this tactic to catch distracted drivers. There was a story on social media, and here's what's happening. Cops are posing as panhandlers to bust distracted drivers. And I'm going to quote right from the story. In Lower Sackville, assisted by an officer in plain clothes, posing as a panhandler and acting as a traffic spotter, traffic services officers conducted 33 traffic stops and issued 38 summary offense tickets. Like, I'm all for ticketing people who are distracted. What I'm not for are cops disguising themselves disguising themselves as panhandlers. No. And what I was going to say at the very beginning, when I was out west, there would be officers who would travel on buses and be able to look down into the vehicles and just phone an officer ahead and pull these people over at an intersection or wherever it is safe to do so. And it's some type of creative force. That's the irony of this. It's the worst possible way to be creative, in like impersonating panhandlers. Like, it's 2026, and when you listen to the stories of the unhoused who are out there, society hasn't changed at all. There is a almost like a growing population of individuals who continuously look down on people who are unhoused. The stories that you hear, not much has changed. Not much has changed. And certainly law enforcement going undercover, posing as panhandlers to get their quota, to ticket people who are distracted. Like, anyway, I don't agree. And again, that's just my thought, and you can go online and come to your own conclusion. I'm not trying to twist anyone's arm or put a view out there. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. There's definitely more ways to ticket people than impersonate people who are just simply down on their luck. It's just not cool. Again, just in here on a late Sunday night as the snow continues to fall. Hello, Robin. Please, Robin, put your email up in the comment section. I have the opportunity to walk by the Barrington Street encampment on a regular basis. And I was telling you last week, I was actually praising the contractors who have been in there over the last couple of weeks and cleaned that place up. And I'm talking more specifically the green space, the lawn area at the bus shelter at the on-ramp going to the McDonald Bridge. So I'm glad that the contractors have cleaned that up. There's maybe a couple of tents there. One might just be used for storage. But there's a couple of areas, 3 areas actually, that are fenced off that people can't use. It's the green space, and I took a picture of this earlier, and I will share it in the comments section just to give you an idea of the green space that is just completely unhinged. And I would say maybe 150, 200 yards in length. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how long this tree line is where humans are down over this embankment. Just trying to give you an idea of what it is in length as in terms of a football field. Maybe a football field and a half in length, to give you an idea. But I walked through there on my way home today, and it is just an absolute disaster. Just an absolute disaster. I've walked through there year after year after year, and it's the same thing. So sometime in the near future, they will be down there with small machinery and workers and cleaning that up. But I did see an individual crawl out of a tent today that just boggles the mind. It just boggles the mind that someone is existing in there. Let's not kid ourselves. They're not living. Anyone out on the street will tell you that's no life. That is no life for anyone on the street. They are merely existing. Getting back to hopefully feeling better. Jen and I have a pretty cool day planned for tomorrow. Was given the opportunity, the invite, you can get tickets to be a part of the audience for a live taping of This Hour Has 22 Minutes. So that's exactly what Jen and I will be doing tomorrow night, 5:30 to 8:30 at the theater right there on Grigula. No, sorry, Argyle, right there by City Hall. We'll be going to see a taping of This Hour Has 22 Minutes. So really, really looking forward to that. Again, just referring to some notes, just hanging out on a Sunday night. Stormy, St. Patrick's Day. I'm curious if anyone weathered the storm for green beer on St. Patrick's Day. I also noticed that rental bikes are back out burdening the sidewalks. My advice to these organizations that are putting the rental bikes out there, I think most of them have GPS, but you need someone out there all the time making sure that the apparatus that you are providing individuals is not just left in the middle of a sidewalk where someone who is dealing with mobility issues, whether it's a walker or a wheelchair, is simply not going to be able to move that. So again, I'm all for great transportation for visitors and whoever else to get from point A to point B in the city, but let's be a little more respectful. Let's just be a little more mindful that you're not the only one using these and you're not the only ones using the sidewalk. How about that? Kind of a interesting afternoon conversation I had this afternoon with an individual. This conversation started like 3 or 4 days ago. Reaching out to me. I wish there might be a point where I might share with permission with the individuals who I'm having these private messages with. So there is the back and forth with the comments here on a live video, but I do from time to time get private messages from individuals looking for help. And just the circumstances, like I see how often help is presented but when it does arrive, you have to go somewhere else. Like, it's just, I understand why there's not a lot of trust with people who are unhoused with any given agency. Like, I know people who are on a list for every agency in the Lower Mainland. They are on it, yet they are spending their second, third winter outside. Make that make sense. So, behind the scenes, if you want to reach out to me, if I can help you in any way, my greatest suggestion would be 211. That's the service that is there. But again, you hear many stories where that just doesn't get that individual where they need to go, and maybe not in a timely fashion. So I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The number of individuals who are needing help, who are on the street, is outnumbering those that are offering assistance. That's why we can't really so much depend on the healthcare system. We need community. Maybe we need people to just, come out of retirement. And I'll talk about people coming out of retirement with an organization on Prince Edward Island if I don't forget. Out for, like I said, beautiful sunrise today. I knew I wanted to get out this morning because I knew the weather was going to change. I knew the snow was on the way. Special weather statement in place 36 hours ago, 24 hours ago. So I took the scooter, went into the city today with 2 of the last remaining care packages that was put together by Hugs, Hearts United and Giving Society. 30 packages, 30 separate conversations with people on the peninsula. Sam was one of those individuals today, and just it's nice to, and this is what I say. I will sit down next to someone and I'll be like, my name is Matthew. There's an organization called Hugs. They collect donations. They put care packages together. They give them to me. And I come into the city and find people like you. Are you interested in a package? And if they say yes, I open up the backpack. Boom, there you go. If they say no, I move on. But 30 separate conversations and 30 smiles, very appreciative. So again, thank you to Rebecca and Lynn and everyone making donations to Hugs, Hearts United in Giving Society. What I did see and what I saw earlier in the week, a few days ago, a lone male was basically not, you can't even say loitering. He was making a section of the sidewalk next to the CIBC bank on Spring Garden Road, his home. He was tucked away in, a sleeping bag or some type of large blanket. And this individual was there again today. Just kind of visualize a massive cocoon lying on the sidewalk. This individual was completely wrapped in blankets, lying on the sidewalk, kind of tucked away up next to the wall, but just people passing this individual all day long. And the bus shelter on the other side of the sidewalk, that they're slowly taking over that area as well. So it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate, but this is something like what I'm telling you, this is what I've seen in the last week. And I'm telling you that once the weather gets better, you're going to find more people sleeping outside. Some of the places that I've seen people sleeping, some of the places I've heard that people are sleeping, it would just horrify every single one of you. Just a couple more things. Last week there was no Truth from the Booth this Sunday. This is our 25th anniversary weekend, so I didn't really want to focus on anything else but Jen. So there was no Truth from the Booth today, but it will return next Sunday. So later this week on Friday morning, as usual, I have my Friday morning conversations with people, do my editing, get the show up on the Sunday. So on this Friday, it's going to be a brand new conversation, and I'll be speaking with Shane Reed. Shane Reed is in Newfoundland, and he is a spokesperson for Tent City for a Change St. John's. And how that came about, a couple of weeks ago, I just was on Facebook, and I was like, I want to talk to an organization, someone in Newfoundland, an advocate or someone. I want to know what the experience is like in Newfoundland. So I reached out, and within a few hours, emails, text back and forth, and getting contact information with Shane Reed. So Shane Reed has lived experience. So I'm looking forward to having the conversation with Shane on Friday, and you will hear that conversation on Truth from the Booth on Folked Up Radio 1 week from today. Okay, one final thing, 20 after 7. Keeping with Truth from the Booth, last week I had the amazing opportunity to speak with the founder and executive director of the Village Summerside, Prince Edward Island, Alicia Whitlock. So not only is Alicia the founder and the executive director of this organization, they are also the author of the book After August, a memoir of child loss, judgment, and survival. And it's available on paperback March 22nd. So it's available now on paperback. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the link to Amazon where you can go purchase this if you so choose. So again, this is a book written by Alicia Whitlock, founder and executive director of the Village Summerside. It's called After August, a memoir of child loss, judgment, and survival. It's available on paperback, and I'm going to share that with you in the comment section. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Yes, that's going to do it for me. I just wanted to jump in here real quick. Share a coffee and just some therapy for me. I always appreciate your input, Robin. Okay, my name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment.